Good evening, guys. Am I audible? Can I continue the session? Like if I'm audible, can you drop a message? Okay. Just give me a sec. Am I audible now? Okay. We'll start the session. Okay, today I'll be covering on the topic cryptography. Like, any idea about what is cryptography? You might have listened, right? Okay. Okay. Like today topics on like cryptography. Cryptography is like a method for which will be used for protecting our information. Like when we communicate via internet, the message which we send we won't be directly sent as a plain text. It will be used. They'll be using some encryption techniques. Those encryption techniques all comes under cryptography. It's like we are hiding the data while sending, so no other person like can interface between the sender and the receiver and try to listen the data. Okay. Yeah, ciphertext. So can you see? Crypt means it is an hidden. Vault means hidden or vault. And the suffix graphy means it's for writing. It's like we are hiding our text. See, this is how the cryptography happens. As a user, we'll be sending just a plain text. But what happens is the plain text will be using some encryption technologies. It will be converting it into a ciphertext. Ciphertext means encrypted text. And then again, in the user, like the receiver side, the plain text which you have sent, like it will be converted to ciphertext, right? That ciphertext, the like a normal user can't read it. So it will be again like decrypted to back to the plain text. Here, can you see? Both will be sharing the same key, which only when we can encrypt and decrypt. Once the text receives the recipient, it will be in plain text. But in between, when the communication happens, it will be in a ciphertext. See, these are the goals of cryptography. It's like the first thing is confidentiality. Confidentiality means that the only recipient. Okay, just a sec. It's in recording. The only thing is that it ensures that intended and decrypt the message and its friends. No other can read out our content. If any other person reads our content, it is a data loss, right? If any personal information we are sharing with others, if any third person listens to it or sees the thing, then it is a data loss, right? So here we'll be focusing on confidentiality. It means only the intended recipient can read the contents of the data which you are sending. And the second thing is non-repetition, means the sender of the message cannot backtrack or deny that I didn't send the message. Like in the future, once if they are sending, it's like signing an agreement between them. It's like in future they can't deny that I didn't send the message. Other thing, and the other thing is integrity. Integrity is the ability to form the certain information within the message cannot be modified when it is in storage unit or translator. When you are sending a message, the data will be stored in a storage, right, in our database. There, if someone tries to tamper the message, then we won't get the actual data which the senders write. If someone tampers in between and tries to change the content, so cryptography will be using it in the means of integrity to secure those things. And authenticity, it ensures that the sender and recipient can verify each other. So identity and destination of the message. It's like you might have seen a feature in WhatsApp, verifying the other person, right? It's the same way. And you might also notice that WhatsApp is an end-to-end encrypted. It means that whatever the message we are sending, it will be directly reaching to the receiver. There won't be any interface between them. This cryptography encompasses three main types. First one is symmetric, then asymmetric and hashes. Asymmetric, we'll be using blowfish. A blowfish is these are the types of algorithms we'll be using. Blowfish is efficient symmetric encryption algorithm. It is simple and easy to work in both hardware and as well as in the software environments. AES. AES is advanced encryption standard. It is most widely used symmetric encryption algorithms today, and it offers high security and efficiency, making it suitable for various technologies and applications. And the other one is RC4. It is like a ciphertext, which means the text which we are sending will be converted into a bit stream. Bit stream means right, a bit by bit, zeros and ones kind of thing. And the DS data encryption standard. It was a standard, and it was a standard as well as the earliest method which was used. It was developed in around 1970s, around, I think so. And the size of the DS is 56 bits. And RC6 is another algorithm which is more secure and efficient. And in asymmetric, there are RSA, EEC, and PGP. All these are different algorithms which we'll be using here. And in hashes, MD4, MD5, SHA1, these are most frequently we'll be using all these algorithms in our encryption. Practically, you will understand those things. See, symmetric cryptography, it's it shares a single key, whereas in asymmetric, we'll be sharing two keys. here we'll just share one key, one secret key, which will be with both the user as well as the receiver. The plain text will be encrypted using that secret key, and it will be converted into ciphertext. And that ciphertext will be decrypted only using that secret key which both the sender and receiver shares. Then it will be converted back into the plain text. Only then the receiver can read the message. If there is if the key doesn't match, it can't decrypt the message. The other one, it's like it has two keys. One for encryption, the other one for decryption. The public key is freely distributed for everyone, allowing everyone to encrypt and decrypt and see the messages. But whereas a private key is kept secret only for decryption. It's only the owner or the the owner can be able to decrypt and see whatever the content it is there. To send secure messages to someone, the sender obtains some private key which uses to encrypt the message. Once encrypted the message can be decrypted only using that the given private key. And in decryption, it once the recipient receives the message and uses private key to decrypt it. Since the private key is kept secret, only the intended recipient can read and decrypt the message and read the content of it. The other one is hashes. You might have heard about this very frequently, hashes, all these things. There are hashes algorithm, hash tables, all these things you might have listened. Hash functions are mathematical algorithm that transforms data into fixed string of bytes known as hash value or digest. These hash functions are used for various purposes, including data integrity, verification of the password, also verification password hashing and digital signatures, and many more. If you want to keep any data your passwords, anything in a secret way, you can also use these techniques and save it in a encrypted form. So no other person can even if they try to hack, they won't be able to know which key you have used to encrypt the message. See, here we will be using I said you right, MD5, SHA1, SHA256, all these are different algorithms which we'll be using. You can see MD5 is 128-bit hash. It usually represents a 32 character hexadecimal string. You know that hexadecimal, 0 to 9 and A to F. It is an hexadecimal. And can you see SHA1? It is a 160-bit hash, which usually represent a 40 character hexadecimal string. I'll show you practically right now. Okay, once I complete. Once we complete this, I'll get into the. I'll stop the screen, share, and I'll get into that. Can you see here? The input, it is the hashing algorithm to convert into this hexadecimal format. This is the format which will be stored. And see here I'll be demonstrating using the Hashcad and how to crack hashes using the Hashcad. Hashcad is a powerful tool which we'll be using to crack the passwords. It uses GPU to perform the high-speed cracking. It supports various algorithms and attack modes, and it is a popular choice for security professionals and penetration testers. All these people will be usually using this Hashcad. And there are others also which we can use John the Ripper. It can crack variety of password hashes using various techniques including dictionary attacks and brute force attack. And we can also use this hash analyzer. It is used to analyze which it scans, and it tells us which type of hash it is. I'll demonstrate you with this thing. And we can also use the AdBlock NG, which we'll be using usually for this Wi-Fi cracking. So even there, the certain hashes will be the AdBlock NG like tries to use a dictionary attack and it tries to crack the password. And I said you're a dictionary attack. It is like Hashcad in this dictionary mode is like Hashcad will use a dictionary file to check. Again, is the like hash or hashes. It's like um, you know how a word list will be right. There will be different combinations of password. What this dictionary attack does is it tries each and every combinations and tries to find out the given hash and it tries to match with the what are the password what are the word list we have. It will just match and it will give us an output. And the combination attack is like there will be a combination of two different password files like password hashes. Like for example, like the first one contains like the password like admin and password, and in the second file it will be just a city. And what it does is it generates a third file where the contents will be like password city, admin city, and a combination of these things it will generate and it will try using that. At some scenarios, we might be like be trying to crack someone who know like we accurately know that they might be keep using their first name or and the second name or any other name like usually in their password. So in such scenarios, we will be using this thing. Like for an example, Razz Security. If the Razz Security consider it like the password is like Razz Security, and the first session will be like first part will be as Razz Security. The second part they might have kept like any numbers or any like some academy or whatever like the characters they might have kept. We know we will try to guess the first part and then we'll try to in the second file we'll try to guess what are the combinations we can keep and we can use that to generate a new password like password file like where these different combinations of passwords will be there and it tries to crack using that. And the other one like sure will I'll get into this demonstration part. See here, like to create a password access. There are like many ways like we can use OpenSSL and many other methods or we can also use the online tools there are there which we can use to create a password access or to there are some certain tools which we can will get in online itself so where we can crack the passwords. Here I'll be using a simple method where we will be just using echo and whatever I want like random letters. What type of like algorithm like I need to use here like well, let's try with MD5 MD5 and so can you see we got a hash format for the given text here can you see this is 6 character length it gave me this thing how many characters is this 40 right 32 like 32 bit length sorry character length hexadecimal string we got here can you see if we try the same with SHA1 SHA1 you can see here we got 40 character length of an hexadecimal string even if you try with like SHA256 it will be 64 character string here you know the hash, but you need to identify like which type of hash it is. You can use this hash ID hyphen m, sorry, hyphen m, and the we can just copy and paste the given hash. Can you see? I copied the SHA1, right? Here I am getting the output. It is identify the hash as it is an SHA1 hash, and it is giving me the display, the output. And we'll try with this as well. Can you see? It is an SHA256, right? So it cracked and it shows me SHA256. Can you see the hash mode? When we try to crack using Hashcad, we will be using this hash mode to to say the Hashcad that which type of hash we are using. So we will be using this thing. And can we let's try with this thing? Okay, here I have this hash, right? Okay, wait. Okay, now let's try to save this any hash into a file. Let's try to crack. Okay, we'll try with any other thing. Let's see if it can crack this. We got a hash. We'll copy this and we'll save it in a file. Control to save, enter, Control X to enter. Exit it. Now, we'll use Hashcad. Here we have used MD5, right? MD5. Can you see? Okay. MD5, can you see the hash mode? Yeah, hash mode for the MD5 will be 0. And attack mode, I'll display once the attack completes. And y.txt. And the word list file. Here I'll be using the rocky.txt, which is a default word list file, which will be in our system. Or we can also try with any other word list as well. is an open source for hacking an offline device. Which type of coding is used for that? See, for an offline device, like it depends on which type of hacking you're doing. See, there are like certain things like phishing, all those scams. So like those things for hacking into some websites, all these things you can use phishing things. But I don't recommend those things because those are illegal things. See, offline device means like if you are referring for a system, like a system pen testing, like see, there are like if the system is vulnerable, there are like payloads which we can use. When if you and your your like target system is in the same network, you can able to use the pre-built payloads. Like if you like try to understand the Metasploit, you will able to know all those things. Or I plan to come up with the webinar on this thing as well. And coding, like see, for starters, you like coding is not necessary because there are like n number of platforms where we can get to the payloads as well. Like even like you can use the chat GPT or like hacker GPT to get like to get the coding and to like you try those things as well. But once like if you get into more advanced, you might like mostly nowadays all the tools are made like using Python code. So you can learn Python, so it will be useful for you. See, like it's not that you need to like create an entire payload by yourself. There are pre-built payloads, so you can just alter those code. Okay, someone asked what is him. I said you right. Okay. What is yours right? Okay. It is like we are setting a mode, like which type of hash it is. We know, like we are trying to crack it, right? Right. Let me show. Can you see hash modes? Hash modes. Like we are just telling Hashcad like which type of like hashes the which we are using. So hyphen m and the number if we give these things like I used 0 for MD5, right, and 100 for SHA 1. So these things we can use like, and the hyphen a is like attack mode. Like what type of attacks you should do, like a dictionary attack or like brute force attack. All for these things, can you see? Like straight attack or combination attack. For these things, we'll be using this. And even you can see this thing like billion characters. It will just it takes so long. Like it tries to do all the combinations for each and every one, and it tries to crack those things. Sometimes it takes hours, days as well. If the like if the like word list is too long, it takes. It also depends on the performance of your like system. So, okay. You can just we will just try to use some online tools. Sure, we are facing some issues, right? So I'll try using some online tools. Okay. Generator. Okay, here you just I'll just generate, and can you see it'll generate us this like type of hashes. We can also like decrypt it. Yes. We can use those as well. Like here, we can easily get some other tools as well, right? So I'm just trying to check if any are available. Hmm. That's a good option. This thing, can you see encoding and decoding? Here for encode, like I'll use you. And if I want, like I have generated this output, right? So if I decode, I'll get the value. This is how it works.
So now just search razzsecurity.com/courses/enter. So you will be getting this website where you can read the completely whatever topics we are having the courses. Okay, introduction to ethical hacking, system setup, networking fundamentals, or whatever basics of Linux, information gathering. Okay, this all topics will be there in our courses. And how to set up the labs, okay, hack labs using Nmap and Metasploit, system hacking and man the middle attack, cryptography, Google hacking database, steganography, VAPT, content and subdomain discovery, and web application hacking. And we also give training for a classroom training and college trainings, corporate trainings we do. So our top students who are going through us, our training, they are working in top companies. So whatever, if you have any related questions, you can check it out and you can reach out to our team. Okay, so here is the inquiry form. You can reach out to our team. You can drop a message and WhatsApp number also you can connect with our team with a WhatsApp or you can call them. Okay. And here we have a 3 different mode of that training: classroom training, online, and self-paced. So classroom training, like you will be coming to our headquarter, it in Bangalore, and you can learn under the guidance of trainer. Okay, so this all things today we have just performed this thing, but when you go into classroom training, you will go from basics, everything from basics, everything will be covered up with a proper guidance. Okay, so Linux practice, because Linux is also very important. This all things will be covering one by one. Okay, so classroom training is there, then online training. Okay, so who are not able to come to Bangalore and doing the training, they can go with the online live classes, and here self-paced. Okay, so recorded videos are there. Who are comfortable with the recorded videos? Recorded videos also is not bad. Okay, so you can go with the recorded videos, and recorded videos personally have designed from me only. Okay, so my recorded videos are there in that, in the self-paced. Okay, and the pricing also of this, we have did our best to keep it in the affordable pricing. Okay, so actual fees is around like 15,000. Okay, but currently we are giving it in 3,000 rupees, this course. In 3,000, like lifetime access, okay, of the course. Same topic, the topics are same only. And you can download the brochure actually. You can click here, the website. Yeah. So here it will be more deeply, and here roadmaps and all are there. You can get one idea. 15,000, but you just go with the online, like you can get a discount in 3,000, you can get it. And modules also, everything is clearly we explain whatever is there. And yeah, so you can download this, and if you are interested, you can enroll it from here only. You can directly pay, and our team will coordinate with you, and they will add you in the group and all.